In the new 25-26 season, many of us discussing our supporter team. For me, of course, we'll be discussing how uninspiring early in the season, particularly the Carabao Cup and the Brentford match. But then in the turn of events, Man United went on 5-match unbeaten, make the season something to be hang on. However, two teams in the Premier League have made me a very surprising rise among the most competitive league. One is the newly promoted Sunderland, another one was the informed team of Bournemouth, and we have put our eyes on the Cherries. Bournemouth in the season having made a significant surprises at the earlier of the season, at the times placed the top 3 of the league. One of the persons spearheading the team was the talisman on Antoine Semenyo. Because he is extremely versatile and explosive playstyle either as a winger or the wingback, whereby make him on heavy rumours to be an addition for Man United and Liverpool in the coming transfer window. Even though the link and the news were exciting to say the least, Man United looked to acquire him, maybe being a mixed reception. So in this video, we have a look at Semenyo playstyle and why Man United fanbase hesitated to have him in a January transfer window. In case you didn't know, what is up ladies and gentlemen, I'm Marvin, codename CM. Welcome to the Co-United channel once again. If you in any shape or form stumbled in this channel and somehow some way like this kind of content, do please like, share and subscribe to this channel, as each of your potential subscription will be massive motivation for me to upload new content. And don't forget to ring your notification bell for every new upload. With that said, let's get straight into the video. First thing first, who is exactly Antoine Semenyo? Well, the 25-year-old has been one of the breakout stars for Bournemouth, especially this season, since finally cashing in his promise since he is woven in the Premier League. Illustrated his known pace, physicality and direct style of play, while previously Semenyo have a lot of raw potential, or he's the type of player who can run at defenders, stretch the opponent's backline and deliver a strong physical presence up front, while his versatility is another big asset as he can play as a central striker or out wide on the wing. And of course, he got a good eye for a goal as he's shown in flashes for Bournemouth this season. While last season with Bournemouth, talisman striker of Solanke's departure, the Spurs meant that Semenyo needed to carry the offensive burden, but he did not shy away, rather embraced the whole. He recorded 13 goals and 7 assists in 42 appearances, and this as a breakout season, catching many people's eyes on this Chelsea-born attacker. But this has the Cherries make a quick action as Semenyo signed a contract extension at Bournemouth until 2030, with the release clause of £65 million, an action that had become a gating item for another team to sign him. But in the 25-26 new season, brought over his amazing form, Semenyo opened his season scoring 2 goals in a 4-2 defeat to the champion Liverpool, while his best performance occurred against Fulham, where he involved in all 3 goals, scoring 2 assisted covered to come back from a goal down in a 3-1 scoreline. While in this season he displayed versatility playing on both wings due to the fact he's comfortable playing on both feet, made him able to not just go in the byline for cutbacks, but also a threat on goal despite his weaker left foot. What made him probably the most sought after footballers in Premier League clubs like Liverpool, Man United and Man City were more than desired to have him in their squad, with Man United having the most interest because their lack of quality wingback in their squad. Now let's talk about what makes Semenyo such an exciting player. His strength was clear: pace, dribbling and raw athleticism. When he was in full flow and going ahead of steam, especially down the line, Semenyo is incredibly difficult to stop. He got the burst of speed to get behind defenders and take them one-on-one, and importantly, Semenyo was not shy when it comes to physical altercation. He also contained the ability to hold off the defender with his strength and his physicality and makes him a real handful in the box. But what's more, his quality judgment, spatial awareness and decision making elevates his potent in the final third. With him typically keeping his head up while dribbling, this meant he can survey his surroundings and make intelligent choices. This consequently enabled him not only to combine neatly around the box, but also to break lines with his inclusive through balls and deliver inclusive low crosses and cutbacks into dangerous areas. He's not just about power though, he had a good understanding of space and can make intelligent runs off the ball. Hence this season he has been superior in goal getting with 4.46 non-good penalty goals, set at 94th percentile, show his accomplished finisher in front of goal. As per right now, his 6 goals and 3 assists under 12 appearances have him among the elite attackers in the Premier League. But on the stat-wise, he overpumped his XG on 4.56, while can be viewed as unsustainable and negative, but Semenyo had went on 3 seasons overpumping his XG when he was on track with consistent goal scorer. Besides a very uncommon attribute for a winger or wingback, Semenyo contains high level of heading or aerial ability, which he uses to great effect, usually versus a smaller fullbacks. where he have often the upper hands due to his physicality, height, fearsome leap, and the swift reading of the ball trajectory. But the former Bristol City ace aptitude here becomes particularly valuable in the situation where his team is forced to go long under pressure. He is more than well equipped to win the header flicks on and nodded downs in order to secure the second balls in the advanced zones. Whereby according to the stats, Semenyo has some of the great area ability. The numbers with the 2.12 areas won sitting at 96th percentile and a 50.3% win rate sitting on 87th percentile say so much how competent on the air. But Semenyo can be quite class in setting up his teammates, but he's not the best on that department, often overheating nor clicking with his teammates' movement, having him weaker in the side of his passing accuracy, 69.4% sitting on mere 28th percentile. Now, even though he's weaker playmaking games, he had elite awareness when it comes to spotting runners. But on the other side of the pitch, deserves immense praise too for his aggression and intensity in the press, determined track wing back and terrific support for his colleagues, making a great stopping asset. He's so good at breaking opposition building, having 1.82 pass blocks sitting on 96th percentile, and his ball recovery of 5.28 placing on 91st percentile shows his amazing work rate not limited to offense only. Now let's talk about why Semenyo might not be the right fit for Ruben Amorim, Man United. Or in other sense, the timing is not right for the Red Devils. Amorim, who took over Man United after managerial change, have a very specific tactical vision, while his system revolves around fluid tactical play, rapid transition and a very strong pressing game. United were looking for a player that would contribute immediately for their high intensity vertical attacking style. While all these attributes tick all the boxes from Semenyo, battering raw pace and physical style, there were some key parts of Semenyo that had been lacking. A similar case with Diallo, both were wingers from bringing into the senior squad and then likely transformed into the wing-back role. Diallo thrived in the role using close control and creative dribbling, skipping through defense. But the same cannot be said for Semenyo, as the Ghana international is more backed against a defender type and more of a space runner than a close control attacker, but his lack of crossing may not be a welcoming aspect for him in Man United squad. In spite of that, one key aspect the problem for Man United was not taking Semenyo, rather was a demand of the team. While under Amorim's system, wingbacks have been, if not the most important position, that made his squads work. In fact, compared to many other teams that were using the wingback role, whereby most of them have the traditional left-footed and right-footed traditional wingbacks that provided the width and crossing outlet. As for Amorim, he is more flexible, using a lot of inverted wingbacks as Diallo and Diallo often be the first choice wingbacks. When the inverted wingbacks allowed them to help building up the play from the back with their stronger foot trajectory onto the inwards of the field, made far more choices for them. Or besides inverted wingback also created a dual threat on goal with capable cutting inside and shoot on goal, which will have alternatives back to a traditional like Dorgu and Masraoui at times. Overall, for Man United wingbacks on the right, having Diallo should more than able to withstand on its own. But on the left is not the same, as Diallo was mostly quite poor in his performance. Dorgu is decent yet inconsistent with the offensive output. While bringing in Semenyo will definitely solve the left wing back issue, at the same time it comes with a possible £65 million risk. Because the biggest problem for Man United is not on Semenyo player profiles or his ability to transform into wing back, but was to improving their midfield and the depth. As Man United only have 4 midfields, not including any academy players, this kind of situation is walking on thin ice. While no midweek games certainly help Man United mitigate their injuries, their midfield is still extremely concerning. Casemiro looks to turning back the clock, but his legs will not withstand after the 70-minute mark. Bruno had been Bruno all these years. Ugarte has been piss poor, looking on his way out, and Manu as well. It's meant that Man United best using the money to have at least 2 midfielders of Elliot Anderson or Angelo Stiller or even Adam Wharton. As for Semenyo, will be best to have him on the summer transfer window. We do take note that the coming next year World Cup, Ghana performance will further determine the already hefty price tag of Semenyo. Thus, if Semenyo and Ghana have a great run in World Cup, his price will not be 60 million but will be higher than that. To get Semenyo on a quick note will certainly help financial stability, but for Man United, get him likely will obtain a new toy, but their midfield issue still will be the pain in the behind, where we fans have been crying to address. That's the end of the video. What do you guys think? Semenyo positive traits and his acquisition will help Man United, or if getting him will be an expensive risk waiting to come for Man United, that's your priority on the midfield? Well, comment down below so we can have a discussion. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll see you all in the next one.